Cena was already over. Okay, so he was already getting the Hollywood calls, but now these other guys, Cena was the roadblock.
What do you think about Cena's role? I mean, Cena's, he's a Hall of Famer, clearly, 16-time champion. For a decade was the face of the company. But, there's been a kind of a Cena curse with a lot of people, with the Nexus, with Wade Barrett, with Ryback, with Alex Riley, with Rusev, and with Bray Wyatt. There's a list of people that he kind of made the bad decision to go over in a time that he could afford a loss. The time at WrestleMania, and a lot of times when he does that, when he goes over at those times, it really shifts a lot on the trajectory of their character. We saw all the people I named, their career kind of slanted and went to the left after losing against Cena during a feud. And Wyatt seems like he never really recovered from the Cena loss. And they tried a couple times. He won the chamber match to win the title, and that was just a transition run just to lose to Orton. And so it was just like all these times where they really could have used Bray as such a really good character. It was just a transition, just pocketed, and it really didn't give him a chance to draw out the creativity of his characters in the feuds. It just seems like they were like in the back saying, yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, but we got you slotted for Elimination Chamber, and we got you dropping it to Orton at Mania. Like, Vince, when you're talking to people like Stone Cold and The Rock, if you have an idea for them, like, okay, well, we plan on keeping you here, how much are you willing to just kind of listen to any type of, well, maybe I should, maybe you should go a couple pay-per-views. Let's go 3 pay-per-views. How much are you willing to?
We went with it. We went with it. There was no, okay, bro, you're winning the belt today and you're losing it on October 31st. Yeah. It was never that.
Gotcha.
We went with it, bro. We went with it. And I hate to do this.
Man, you're getting me with the TO, Vince, already, man. I wasn't even ready to get that out. Here we go.
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
Chris, think about these things. Mm-hmm. Triple H tells Ryback there's never going to be another John Cena. Nobody's ever going to be bigger than this company again. He said that to Ryback.
He did.
Okay. So at that point, Cena was already bigger than the company.
For sure.
Because he said it at a time when there's not going to be another Cena.
Yeah.
Bro, think about this. And all the guys you just mentioned. We're rolling them. They're getting over. Who was the perfect guy to put the kibosh on it? Cena. Cena was already over. Okay. So he was already getting the Hollywood calls, but now these other guys, Cena was the roadblock. Wow. And that makes all the sense in the world because all they got to do is turn around to the talent and say, come on, man, you lost to John Cena. But it's all those guys you just laid out. It is not coincidental, bro. Yeah. All that stuff was done by design.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think that was a legit TO for me, Vince. Yeah. I agree with you. I think it's true. Yeah. And one of those guys is Bray. So do you think that the Cena loss was just kind of like, yeah, I mean, we can work with you, but we want to make sure that your creativity is what WWE makes it.
Chris, I'm going to go with what you said earlier in the show. I don't think Vince ever got it. Yeah. I think that character, and bro, think about what we're seeing on TV and his promos and how smart and how clever they are. Now think about him sitting across from Vince McMahon and having a one-on-one conversation and trying to explain that to Vince McMahon. Bro, I'm telling you, Chris, it's exactly what you said. I don't think he ever got it from day one.
Agreed.
Because Chris, you know what I'm doing, bro? I'll tell you what I'm doing. The minute he comes in, either they beat the crap out of somebody for a belt, any belt, okay? And then the minute he comes in, you want that belt? You got to go in the backwoods of Arkansas and you got to get it from him. Because now, bro, you're in the element. Now he could be the animal. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to do wrestling. That's what they miss, bro. Bro, you could have took him to the back mountains of Arkansas, found 10 different locations. Bro, you could have shot TV for an entire year in over a weekend.
Yeah.
Over a weekend, you could have shot it for the year. Vince doesn't understand that, bro. He doesn't get those concepts. And that's what they should have done right off the bat, bro.
I agree. I like that. I think that's a really, really good point that's a really good point of using this creativity and not having to put the kibosh on it because you didn't get it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just do the tapings, you pay all this money for the production team to what? Produce.
Yep.
So you produce all of the footage. You do all that film, and like you said, I mean, that's a weekend's worth of film that you can stretch and stretch and stretch. And of course, Bray has the mind to make that work within a weekend to produce at least 6 months of product right there. And it would have been intriguing.
Bro, you could have done the old Batman where they're in the backwoods in Arkansas, and he's got whatever wrestler you want, Cena hanging over a cliff, and he's about, we're out of time, and bro, bring that back the next week. What the heck? There's so much oh my God, bro. I still can't believe. I pray to God. I got a little contact with Bray, very little. I pray to God, bro, please get a Hollywood agent. Flush out this character the way that you saw this character. You flush it out, your image, your creation. Get together with a screenwriter, bro. You've got the next Jason,
Freddy Krueger. I was thinking, that's
for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Please don't go to AEW. This guy is better than wrestling. Yeah. Dude, please, bro, trust me on this. This guy could be the next horror icon doing it his way.
Yeah. I agree. Freddy Krueger was the first person I thought of when you started saying that. And even before that, like he just, like you said, he's beyond the business. His mind is beyond the wrestling business. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where he goes to. They're not going to give him creative control, right? So Khan's not going to give him creative control. And so as much as Cody would be open to, Cody would much more than Vince, would be open to his ideas, he's not going to get creative control. So he's not going to just, say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is how I want it to go. And this is where I want it. No, he's not going to have that. So the best thing to do is to put him in a role where he gets to be very creative. He gets to act because he's a good actor. He's a very creative mind. And like you said, I mean, that Fiend character can stretch for the next decade at least. At least, and he's young. He's only in his mid-30s, 34.
Bro, that's all you have to do. You have a Saturday morning host by day, and it's so, bro. Freaking reach out to Rob Zombie, man. Rob Zombie's done stuff in the wrestling business. Reach out to Ron Zombie, bro.
Yeah, agreed. Yep, and I like I said, I mean, I agree with you 100%. He's beyond the wrestling business. His mind is beyond the wrestling business, and even if it's AEW, I mean, the kind of the knee jerk, type of decision would be AEW for him, and hopefully, again, you got so many people on AEW roster, it's hard to slot the people in at the right time. If just for the sake of people watching, if I were to throw out an idea about AEW. Now, real quick, the 90-day no-compete goes, I think, I mean, it's typically with everybody. The reason why Black was able to come after a month because from what I heard, there was a 30-day. It was supposed to be 3 months, but there was some type of mistake that they made. It ended up being 30 days.
Chris, let me tell you something about 90 days. Okay.
Mhm.
And anybody can go look this up. This is all documented. Okay. When I was at the WWE, Steven Regal fought the 90 days. Okay. The judge threw out the 90 days because the judge stated you cannot stop anybody from making a living. That is illegal. That does not fly. And Regal was allowed to immediately work again. Bro, that 90-day clause, anyone that fought it, it would disappear. It's illegal. You can't stop a man or a woman from making money, bro. You can't. But none of them do it. Because WWE may come calling back, man.
That's right.
So I don't want to piss them off, bro. So I'm just gonna sit out the 90 days, even though legally they can't make me sit out. It's unbelievable to me, bro.
Wow.
It's already been proven that is an illegal tactic and they can't do it. And if you hired a lawyer, they would drop it, bro, because they know if they went to court, they would lose because the precedent has already been set, and they have. It drives me nuts, bro. It drives me nuts, man.
Wow. Take it from someone who wrote for the WWE, head writer. He knows about his 90 days. Very interesting. And I dare to say, Bray might be one of those people who, takes the dive and goes, to fight for it. Yeah. And I would too. I mean, clearly, here's the thing. If anybody wants to fight for that 90-day with understanding that I don't care if I come back to WWE, it would be Bray. Yeah. Because why would Bray want to come back to the WWE?
Why
would it's very clear that when he comes back, he's going to be sheltered. His brain is going to be honed down, and he's not going to be able to be creative. Like if they call him back 6 months from now, it's going to be the whole, yeah, man, we're going to give you a couple ideas, we're going to bump your pay up, and then he's going to make more money. But as soon as he comes back, he's going to be like, yeah, you know what? Because I've been thinking all the time, I really want to come back here. I got some ideas. Boom, boom, boom. Give me a week or two. I'll come back and see. And then they won't contact him. They won't say anything.
He's smarter than that, though.
Yeah, bro. It's just I can just see that happening again. So if anybody would take the dive and fighting that, it would be Bray.